Georgie and Mandy's first marriage has made its highly anticipated mid-season return, but it revealed a dark side to Mandy, Emily Osment, that could have long-lasting consequences in the series. The spin-off set up by the Young Sheldon finale follows Georgie Cooper, Montana Jordan, and Mandy McAllister navigating married life after the birth of their daughter, CC. Mandy's family round out Georgie and Mandy's first marriage cast of characters, with mother Audrey Rachel Bay Jones, father Jim Will Sasso, and brother Connor Doogie Baldwin. While Georgie and Mandy's first marriage ratings may not match its Chuck Lorre predecessors yet, the comedy has undoubtedly made a splash in its freshman season thanks to its classic sitcom setup, talented cast, and short, punchy episode structure. The conflicts Georgie and Mandy weather together are realistic, but there's the lingering uncertainty of when and how their relationship will take a nosedive. While the comedy has leaned into their loving connection thus far, Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Episode 8 explores some of Mandy's negative traits that could get in the way of her and Georgie. First Marriage Episode 8 highlights how much Mandy looks down on Georgie. She criticizes her judgmental mother, but she follows in her footsteps. While Mandy's primary motivation to get a side gig selling diet products was to bring in more money to pay off her own credit card debt, she was clearly jealous of Georgie's success. It became increasingly apparent to Mandy that Georgie, despite not pursuing higher education, was the breadwinner in their relationship, which roused insecurity. Mandy mentions her college education multiple times in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, but she uses it as a way to convince herself that she's better than Georgie. Mandy sees Georgie as a redneck who is successful despite his identity, not because of it. Audrey may be the initial villain of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, but it's clear that Mandy shares her mother's sentiments in part, even though she constantly protests them. While Mandy calls Audrey out for judging Georgie's colloquial conversation style and lack of a college degree, she has no problem pointing out the same qualities to prove how lesser than Georgie is. While Georgie did nothing in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Episode 8, but supported Mandy in his own way, she turned their relationship into a competition and grew angry when she determined she was losing. Mandy's insecurity can only get worse as Georgie continues to be successful. Her jealousy could lead to resentment. Georgie may not be the most obviously successful member of the Cooper family, but he has his own skill set that serves him well. As he demonstrates to Mandy in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Episode 8, he understands the root of sales and customer service. Even when Mandy later finds her own group of customers, she piques their interest, while unconsciously mirroring the same system Georgie modeled for her. Additionally, according to where he ends up by the time he first appears in The Big Bang Theory, Georgie will canonically only become more successful with time. Reciprocally, Mandy could only grow more upset with Georgie's exponential accomplishment. If her fuse is short enough to be angry when he earns a $1,200 in bonus check, there's no telling how bitter Mandy will be when Georgie's career truly takes off. Her irrational emotional responses are ironic, considering Georgie and Mandy's significant age gap. For all the fuss she makes about her education, her maturity isn't far above Georgie's, despite more than a decade separating the two. How Mandy's insecurity can contribute to her and Georgie's split. It may spiral into a reason for divorce. Mandy's disproportionate response to Georgie succeeding has already caused a rift in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Episode 8, but her fragile self-esteem could have stronger implications in the long run. There are many unanswered questions for Georgie and Mandy's first marriage to contend with in the second half of its pilot season, but one that is sure to loom over the entire series is what leads to Georgie and Mandy's divorce. The very title of the comedy gives away that the couple will split and inevitably come back together, as their first marriage isn't their last. It would make sense for Mandy's issues accepting Georgie's success could lead to divorce. In fact, it could even explain why Georgie opens up Dr. Tire shops, despite working at Jim's own shop during Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. Following their divorce, Georgie could lean into his entrepreneurial spirit and open his flourishing businesses. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage season 2 could offer a plethora of alternative reasons for their split, but Mandy's one-sided financial rivalry is a valid reason already. Yet, only time will tell if Georgie and Mandy's first marriage will lean into Mandy's insecurities or if their love will prevail.